I teach Spanish in the university, and I currently have a class, a Spanish 102 class, and the enrollment is 24, at least the last time I checked. And the classroom we're meeting in this semester, spring 2021, has a max safe seating capacity of 15 students. It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. And I want to assign the days that students can attend. And let's just say, okay, well, we got 24 students. Well, I'll divide 24 by 3 days a week. It's a 3-day-a-week class. 8 students can attend per day. Well, there might be 7 students that might want to attend in person on those days. So I want to provide them those opportunities. And so I wanted up to 15 students, 15 students to be able to attend in person every day and have equal attendance opportunities throughout the whole semester. So right here up above, I have got a fake roll sheet. I've pulled some names from online of 24 students, just like my current enrollment with Spanish 102. And so here's my list. And I wanted to figure out a way to do this. And I kind of imagined, my roll sheet is kind of being on a wheel, and you go 15 slots, and that's the first day. You go another 15 slots, that's the second day. Then you're back around again into the beginning of the alphabet for the second day students. So that way there's a rotation and every student gets to go because, 15, move up 15 slots, etc. So I could do that manually. I could copy and paste how many times, 30 something times I could copy and paste this list and go down 15 slots. I could put the first date here, go down 15 slots, put the second date, go down 15 slots, put the other date if this is, copied multiple times. But I decided not to do that. So especially doing that with every single class would be error prone as well and tedious. So I wrote this bash script, and this part right here initially was an array, but I couldn't get bash to do something that I wanted it to do with an array. So I just made it a string. And this is every date of the classes this spring. And I made them comma separated. And so I set these 2 variables here, number of students to 1, number of days to 1. So I did this until loop. So there are 41 class days where students can attend. Until the number of days is greater than 41, do all this stuff in here. All right. And so what I do is then I've got another while loop within this until loop. And I read in this class list here. I read it in line by line while read -r L. L stands for line. That's my variable for line. And so this if statement is only for all of this is just for the first student to attend on a particular day. So if the number of students or the number, on the list for that day is 1, then what I do is I echo all this data and I use the comma delimiter. That's what D stands for. And I get the filled. I get here in this case, it's going to be the first filled. Number of days is equal to 1 at this point. So that's the first filled there. And we'll ignore that. We'll go back to it later. So then I echo out a line, a separator line, and then I echo out the class date, which that date has gotten up here. And then I increment the number of days. Okay. All right. And so now the next time we do this until loop, we're going to be on to the second class day. All right. And then we go and we go on to the second student. For that day, we echo out the student. That's that L, each line here. And then we increment. We go on to the second student. Okay. And if the number of students is greater than 15, because we only want to do 15 per day, set it back to 1 again. All right. And then we, but let's just, let's say this is our first time going through. We increment it to 2. And so we're on the second student, and we echo out the second student. And then the third student, and eventually we increment it, and we get to 16, and it's like, no, reset it back to 1 again. And then we echo out the new date. And then we loop. We read this, and then we loop through this 41 times until we get to April 23rd. And then that will assign all the students as equally as possible. It's impossible. Well, in my case, with these numbers, it's not possible because of how the numbers work out. But it's as equal as possible. So let's run this and see what happens. So I just ran the script. So we see it created this. You know what? I need to back up a little bit. I didn't fully explain my script. And so, we're reading in the class list here. And then it writes to this file called attendance days. And that's what I just did when I ran it. All right, so now we can see the list of days students will attend class. So let's zoom in a little more. On January 20th, we can see here, well, I've got relative numbering. So you can see here starting, this is 1 and then 14, but it's relative numbering. So this is, as you can see, it's 15 students. So we go down here to the 15th spot, to Thomas More. And then we see if we go to the 16th spot, well, that student is going to be attending on the 22nd. And then we go all the way down to the last person on the roll, Matthew Wilson. And then on the 22nd, it starts back at the beginning of the roll sheet again, of the class list. And so it just cycles through like that. It just loops through. And you may be wondering, well, how can I confirm that this is going to be accurate, that things are going to be consistent? So we can check it this way. All right, so here's another while read loop. So I'm going to take the class list right here, and I'm going to read it line by line. And I'm going to echo each student's name and a colon, a space. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to echo each student's name, colon, space. And then I'm going to search for that student's name in that document I've just created called attendance days. And then that'll give, however many times that student's name occurs under the attendance days document, what the students will see, so they know what days they're there to attend. And then what I do, that'll give any number of occurrences of that student's name. I'm going to then count how many times that student is in that document. That is, how many times that student will be attending. So we run that, and we can see our class list there and the number of days they will be attending. Notice here, those towards the end of the alphabet attend one less day because of how it loops through. And this was a lot of fun to create, and it's much better than doing it manually. So hopefully, I'm going to put a link to my script in the video description, and hopefully it can be helpful for you.